Jeez, it feels like I went on vacation, but I came back without the nice tan and the vague memories of being completely drunk. Cue the music. Honestly, it feels like I have been away for ages, and I've been getting so many emails and messages and "Are you good, bro?" messages. This is UBR UFO report number 100. It's a century of them. 100. And I've even gotten the negative messages as usual through YouTube. Somebody said that I said a lot of nothing. Well, guess what, Rubber Dicker? If you're tuning in today, you're going to get a half a show that's a lot about nothing other than my problems over the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's been almost 2 weeks that I haven't been on here. But if you follow me on social media, you know that I am slightly alive. I've been trying to at least post things in social media to keep the mind busy, to kind of keep people engaged in UFO Buster Radio, to let you know that I breathe and I live and I sweat and I do my excrement thing as well, just like you do. I just didn't have a place to talk about it. I mean, I couldn't do it. Thank you, Microsoft. You guys rubber dick the shit out of my laptop and everything else that I use. And let me just take a trip back because recently they contacted me while I was out in hiatus, basically looking at a microphone that I could not use, a mouse that wouldn't work, and a laptop that just took a freaking vacation, said, fuck you, I'm not doing anything. It turns out that, and this goes back. So if you've been listening to a podcast for a while, you know that I've had this issue since almost 2016. The fall of 2016, the rubber dickers at Microsoft, they put out this update, right? Which they put it out and almost like half the PCs, they just shit on them. They didn't care that you, use your PC for whatever it was. So basically they quickly went in and tried to reverse that. Well, not every PC reversed. It turns out that those that were updated, they took that free Windows system upgrade into Windows 10. A lot of those PCs were rubber-dicked, and basically they have problems. Thanks to the magic at the folks over there, the UBR computer is one of those. And we've been having problems since early 2017 up until now. So now it turns out that they're saying there's a new version of Windows 10. Some shit's going on, and your version, it's pretty much fucked. Why are they saying that? Because apparently they are going to stop giving me critical updates as of April 10th. Well, assholes, you haven't been giving me any updates since 2016. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you good, bro? And that is the truth. I've gotten 0 updates. As a matter of fact, my wonderful UFO busting computer has actually been busting drivers that are in here for third-party providers. So my mouse, which is not a Microsoft mouse, is Logitech, that driver got reversed by this wonderful Windows 10 system and that critical update that shitted all over everything that I have on here. It's actually a miracle that I got this microphone to work as long as it did. And I was surprised that today I opened this thing up and I was actually able, after about 40 minutes, I was actually able to get it to work. Now, my horror does not end there, and I'm sure some of you are looking for the fast forward button because you can't take it anymore. But what I did was, I was so mad with Microsoft. I was so tired of Windows 10 and all the business that I've been getting from these people that I decided to, let me just take an Apple computer, right? Let me just take one of those Apple Air, whatever the hoods are, let me just take it out for a spin. Let me take it out for a test drive. Because I know that my software is also available for that craziness that they call the Apple AirBook or whatever the hell it is. That Air shit. The Chrome thing. I don't know what it is. The problem is that they are so alike that they're different. Like there's a lot of things on there that are similar when it comes to, Microsoft and Apple. But when you really get down to it, it's a whole damn different world. And I got so frustrated after the first maybe hour that I said, fuck it, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not switch over to Apple. Now there's an Apple PC sitting right behind me. It's in good condition. It's got everything there. It's charged up, ready to go. Telling me that it's not even recording what I'm saying right now. So chances are that when we go to play this back or whatever, basically it's going to be a bunch of freaking gibberish. UFO Buster Radio, and who knows what surprises are going to be on this audio, because like I said, I'm not going to go back and edit this. This is pretty much the year of no fucks given. Put the hashtag in front if you want it to mean something. But in the meantime, if you guys decide that you want to follow me and this shit actually records, you can follow me on the Facebook pages Manny Moonraker and UFO Buster Radio, on Instagram at Manny Moonraker, and on Twitter at UFO Buster Radio. And good news, finally the Twitter account has surpassed 1,800 followers. Those tweeter peeps are just plumb loco. So thank goodness for that. Keep on following, keep on retweeting, and keep hope alive. So this is probably not going to be a 30-minute episode. I don't see it happening right now because I'm looking at this thing and it seems to be working double time just to keep up with me. And you can probably hear it in the background. It sounds like it's been smoking for about 40 years and it's got only one lung left. And it's bad news. It's bad news for this puppy. But there is one news story that I wanted to talk about because it's kind of brief and it might keep us in the range of being able to survive this episode 100. And what a sad thing to be working through this nonsense on a centennial episode. I mean, we might have to reverse this later and just delete this shit altogether and do it properly. But, I don't know. I just don't know. So what I have for you guys is that there is a story that came out of Canada for you Canadians out there who like to eat the poutine. Don't get that confused for anything else, folks. The poutine, that's the gravy French fries up there. It turns out the Royal Canadian Mint has posted in their social media that there is a new collector's coin. It is a silver coin, 1 ounce pure silver, and the thing is shaped like an alien head. And to really, really trip you guys out, it actually glows in the dark. Now, this isn't just any alien head. This is not just commemorating any UFO incident. This dealio is actually here to commemorate the Falcon Lake UFO incident, which happened May 20th of 1967. I know some of you don't remember that. Some of you probably weren't even born yet at that point. So let's talk about this. May 20th, 1967, Stefan Michalak, the guy was an industrial mechanic, and he was up there in the woods, basically. He was looking around Falcon Lake because he liked looking for quartz and silver. Little did he know that day was going to be the day for him that was pretty much going to put him in the history books for UFO incidents. And there a lot of articles that I came across basically kind of put him into that same vein as our buddy Travis Walton from Phoenix. So basically, this industrial mechanic was walking around the woods. He's looking for silver and quartz, and he came across what he pretty much described as two cigar-shaped objects. No, people were not leaving their cigarette butts laying around the wilderness because, there's bears out there that don't like that. But basically what was happening is that he thought, just for shits and giggles, he thought maybe this was a military thing. The military had a bunch of cigar-shaped UFOs up there, fucking around in the wilderness, and he happened to just come across it, right? Wrong. It turns out that these things might have spotted him in some way or another. One of them descended and landed on a rock. And when it landed, he says that it kind of changed into a disc instead of a cigar. I don't know if he was out there smoking some tweeds while he was out in the woods, but this is how he described it. So, of course he's thinking about this now. He's looking at this thing for like 30 minutes is what this article is saying. And he even was able to sketch what he looked at. He said at one point he moved closer to the craft and he reached out and touched someone like AT&T. His fingertips on his gloves were actually melted off from touching it. He says then the metallic craft began to turn counterclockwise and blasted his ass with some hot gases which blew him backward and set both his shirt and his cap on fire. As an industrial mechanic, this is not the kind of day that you want to write home about, and it's not something you want to experience when you're dicking around in the woods and you're just looking for quartz and silver. This was quite the experience for him, I'm sure. Now, the article itself is kind of short. It is linked in the description as well as a link to the coins themselves that you can take a look at. They're pretty nifty. You Canadians are lucky as hell up there. But in the article itself, there is another link. That link actually takes you to where there's another news story which tells the entire incident relating to Falcon Lake. And basically, it shows pictures of him and his shirt and his burnt up stuff. It's a great article. I took a look at it. I didn't want to go over the whole story, but it's more important that you guys get the opportunity to go out there, or reach out to someone like he did, like AT&T, not get your fingers burnt, but read this firsthand. Look at these pictures, folks. This is 50 years ago, and this guy was dealing with some shit in the woods. He thought it was military aircrafts. Apparently not the way they blasted his butt. But now, thanks to him, we've got a fancy new silver coin. And the Canadians can eat it all up. Because now they don't have to go into the woods to look for silver. They got a freaking coin they can buy. Keep hope alive. Stay safe. Don't go into the woods because that cigar ship is about to come back and gas your ass. And you'll be on fire, and that's not going to be any fun. So I don't know what the audio for this is going to turn out like. I will listen to parts of it, but, I want you guys to experience what Microsoft has done to my poor computer here, my UBR laptop and stuff, and basically how it's steadily destroyed it over the last year. And some of you are saying, no fucks given, man. We don't give a shit. You figure out how to use that goddamn Apple laptop and get your ass moving on it. And I plan to. I plan to. I'm sure that there is a books for dummies somewhere that has to do with how to learn how to fucking use Apple if you have been using Microsoft for your entire damn life. Right now, the computer has stopped altogether. It started up again. It's going to be really fascinating the next 2 months. You just bear with me. I might have to play some more shows just to keep you guys entertained. But as it is, there's not much I can do at this point. Just hang in there. We'll get this fixed one way or another. We also have a new t-shirt distributor. They do all kind of shit too. It's not just t-shirts. But we're going to design some new stuff, put it out there. Maybe that'll help get the Moonraker back onto a freaking computer that actually works. So I can be on here and talk the shit. Not walk the walk most of the time, but I talk a lot of shit because that's what I do. And some of you fuckers out there in YouTube don't like it. But, shit happens. So like I said, the link for that article is in the description. Check it out. Read about the Falcon Lake incident of 1967. And poor Stefan got his ass burnt. But thanks to him, we got some silver now. So to you, Stefan. Holler if you hear me. So that's it. That's it for this episode. We're keeping it short. I got to go back and check this audio. We will be back in 2 days. April 5th, I'll have another episode just to see if we can get this puppy rolling. But I will be back. And that's Thursday with an episode. And hopefully it works. This is Manny Moonraker, UBR UFO report number 100. Ciao.